Well, we're back here, guys. It's Ken Warren with Don Brennan and Bruce Garriott to talk about Erik Karlsson's return. Let's face it, the greatest defenseman in franchise history. He's returning with the San Jose Sharks on Saturday. Not a great start for Erik Karlsson. A lot of people expected him to come in and light it up with his new team full of stars. 2 goals and 13 assists in 25 games. Way down the pack in terms of defenseman scoring. Are you surprised that he hasn't had a bigger impact so far, Don?
Well, I think yes. I mean, but obviously the reason he's now sharing ice time with Brent Burns, he's sharing power play time, he's sharing prominence time, he's sharing everything with Brent Burns, who was a Norris Trophy winner last year, pretty sure. But, you know, Karlsson, I still expect will come around, and I expect that we'll still see kind of the numbers that we're used to seeing from him, around 60 points maybe. Not as good, not as good as his career best, but I think he's taken some time to adjust and a new system. I think he'll come around.
I think it's more about, you know, look, when Jamie McLennan put it to me this way, he said, when the San Jose Sharks got Erik Karlsson, it's like they got a new toy and they kind of didn't know what to do with it. And one of the things that is happening with Karlsson is he comes in, not only Brent Burns, Don, Marc-Edouard Vlasic. I mean, they had 2 pretty good defensemen before they went and got Erik Karlsson, and I think the coaching staff is trying to figure out how to use him, and that's made for a little bit of difficulty as well. And he's trying to find out where he fits in. So I think that's been why his numbers are down.
His ice time is down about 2 minutes per game from what he played with Ottawa last year. So whether that weighs into it, the question now, and are there lingering issues with that ankle surgery? Last year he wasn't quite right. You could see that he wasn't the same player. Now, if that ankle continues to be a question mark, does that lead into San Jose and whether they possibly don't re-sign him?
Well, as far as the ankle goes, I think you'd have to watch him for an extended period of time to see if he's having difficulty making the turns or pivoting or whatever. But as far as San Jose goes, you know, I can see him settling in there, and he's going to get a lot of pressure from his teammates. I'm sure he loves being down there, loves the golf and loves the weather, and I'm sure his wife loves it down there. And if they come up with the kind of offer that he's looking for, I can see him staying there.
I think that, you know, Doug Wilson's pretty persuasive, and I think he's definitely going to sit down with Karlsson and try to get this done. Will he be able to get it done? I've always been of the feeling that this was a 1-year stop for Karlsson, and he'll move on after this.
Well, if they don't make the playoffs and they don't re-sign, a lot of implications to the Senators anyway, depending on what happens with Karlsson and re-signing in terms of the draft picks. So it is going to be a very interesting afternoon at Canadian Tire Centre to see Erik Karlsson's return, a chance for the fans to say goodbye in a big stage. Don, what are you expecting in the atmosphere in the building on Saturday?
Well, there's been far too many games this season where there's been far too many empty seats, and I expect it to be a full house, and I expect it to be a very pro Karlsson house. I think there's going to be a lot of 65 jerseys in attendance, and I think they're going to give him a really, really warm reception. I think that they're going to show exactly what Erik Karlsson meant to Ottawa.
You know what this will do? It'll almost be a turning of the page. It'll be a turning of the page for Erik Karlsson to close the book on the chapter with Ottawa. I think that's kind of the way that Dion Phaneuf said he compared it to when he went back to Toronto. And I think it will be an opportunity for Ottawa fans to thank Erik Karlsson for the contributions he made to this organization while he was in Ottawa, Ken.
Once again, it's going to be an interesting afternoon Saturday at Canadian Tire Centre. Thanks for tuning in.